Yo, 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 yo. We're about to get started here very soon. Very soon. Very, very soon. Yeah, I've been gone for so long. My people don't even show up no more, man. It's crazy. Where did the love go? They all watching Gil's Arena. I probably started this too early. It's cool. All is going in the video anyway. All right. Let me get started. Okay. We just gonna get started, man. It is what it is. Everybody who shows up, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the screen. That's too much. All right. All right, the Lakers. The Lakers lost. Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. Where my water at? Where my water at? Yes. The Lakers lost to the Orlando Magic last night, 118-106. The Lakers lost to the Orlando Magic last night, 10. Why am I repeating it? Okay, hold on. Testing, mic check. All right, the Lakers lost to the Orlando Magic 118-106. Third game in a row losing. All the Lakers fans who was in the comments of my last videos, I want to hear what you got to say now. The Lakers have now lost 3 straight games. one against the Bucks, one against the Bulls, a G League team, and one against the Orlando Magic with LeBron James, with Luka Doncic, with Rui Hachimura, with Austin Reeves, with everybody. Everybody showed up, and the Lakers still lost to the Orlando Magic and the Chicago Bulls. So what does it say? Was this just a fluke? Is this just a little fluke run that the Warriors? Is this just a little fluke run that the Lakers are on right now? Or is this the reality for the Lakers, this losing streak? Oh, I might fucking up, my bad. It's like real live TV. I wasn't even recording, so I'm starting all this over. It ain't even that many people in here, so it is what it is. The one person who was in here watching while I was doing all that, my bad. Just listen to me restart all this. Bad at 2K, what's up, my boy? You in the chat, like the video, my boy. Teams are trying to exploit their defensive weaknesses. I think so too. The Lakers, man, listen. It's looking shaky in the light for them right now. But listen, we're going to set this up. The Los Angeles Lakers lose to the Orlando Magic, 118-106. 3-game losing streak to the Bucks, to the Chicago Bulls G League team, and the Orlando Magic. The last two, they had Luka and LeBron. So there's no excuses anymore. LeBron's there, Luka's there. They said that this team was going to be great. They said that with... I hear everybody. Shannon Sharp on First Take saying, first take, Kit Kat. what Shannon say? Shannon Sharp on First Take saying, OKC, KFC, UFC, Lakers in 5. We want to see that Lakers in 5 shit. The Lakers have now lost 3 games in a row. Is this a fluke, or is this the reality of the Lakers coming down at the end of the season? To me, I think this is going to be more of the reality. The Lakers, and the way they've been playing, it looked good in the beginning. This fluky defense they was playing, where they just pack in the paint and then let it shoot and let it. It looked good in the beginning when the Lakers was just packing the paint and let it shoot. Teams was going on a historic run of not making threes against the Lakers, and everybody thought that the Lakers had this great defense. They've been number 1 on defense since Luka showed up. But how was they really doing it? They've been packing the paint, getting getting defensive rebounds, make sure they get stops. I think that's JJ's tool, man. He went to packing the paint, try to get stops so they don't give up any offensive rebounds because they're a small team. Lakers a small team, so he started packing the paint. It makes sense. In theory, it makes sense. But giving up that many threes in the league today, where every team shoots a gabillion threes, you ain't gonna be able to get away with that for so long. You wasn't gonna be able to get away with that, but for so long, Brainiac, JJ Redick. You can't just pack the paint against NBA players. We've seen Dwight Howard, we've seen Andre Drummond, we've seen goddamn Mason Plumlee in a warm-up line shooting threes and making them wide open. You can't do that to NBA players. JJ Redick, this defense was never going to work, especially in the playoffs where every team is good. You can't do that in the playoffs. So you got away with it for a good 2-3 weeks. And y'all thought y'all was going to be this title contender, but it's not going to work. It was never going to work. Then you got LeBron James. They got LeBron James playing center. The Lakers have LeBron James playing center. You are not beating any teams with LeBron James playing center. No guard in the West, no guard in the league sees LeBron at the rim as your rim protection and think, oh, I'm not going in there. No, you better put Jackson Hayes in there, or you better put Jemison in there. Because you putting LeBron James at center trying to play this small ball 5 shit, it's not going to work. Only way it's gonna work is if you making shots. And LeBron and Luka was not making shots last night. Not enough to win the game. So Jackson Hayes, he's become slowly and surely unplayable. He looks lost on defense. Sometimes he looks lost on offense. He just rolls every single time and he don't set the screens properly because he's trying to get lobs. Jackson Hayes is so lost, he's just trying to make sure his stats look right. Now Jackson Hayes is on the bandwagon of make sure my stats look good. This man rolls without setting hard screens. On defense, he's not in the right position and help. That's why JJ took him out of the game, and they got LeBron playing late game center now. LeBron James is playing late game center for the Los Angeles Lakers. You know it's bad. You know it's bad. LeBron James, your defensive anchor at the rim, is not going to happen. Then last night, I'm watching the game, the Orlando Magic. At the end of the game, the Lakers are trying to get stops. They don't have anybody on the team who you could put on somebody to get stops. Franz Wagner was using and abusing LeBron James and Luka Doncic at the end of that game like he was prime Tracy McGrady. No, like he was prime Carmelo Anthony. Franz Wagner, Franz Wagner. He was doing any and everything to the Los Angeles Lakers last night. I saw him go ISO on Luka down the right side free throw line. Just put him right into the paint, layup. Then I saw, this is when I knew Franz Wagner was different. This is when I knew Franz Wagner was different. This man went down into the post with LeBron James on him and called for the ball. Disrespectful. Franz Wagner went into the post LeBron up and called for the ball. And not only did he get the ball, he scored on LeBron at the end of the game when they needed stops. They had Franz Wagner using and abusing Luka and LeBron James. LeBron, you at the point where Franz Wagner say, I don't give a fuck if it's LeBron James, King James. I'm posting him up and I'm getting the bucket, and he did it. He did it. It's kind of crazy that Franz Wagner has that little respect for y'all as a defensive team. It's kind of crazy. You can't put Dorian Finney-Smith on him because he's too small. So you got to put LeBron on him. LeBron is big enough, but he ain't quick enough on his feet, and he ain't got that quick twitch that he used to that he can guard him. Then you can't put Rui on him. Rui is a terrible defender. Jackson Hayes, you put Jackson Hayes on him, he going to foul out. Austin Reeves too small. You try to put Luka on him. Luka big enough, strong enough, maybe, but he's not quick enough on his feet. So Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, they did whatever the fuck they wanted to do to these dudes last night. The shit looked disgusting. The shit looked way disgusting. Luka scored. Oh yeah. And over the last 10 games, and it's not even just last game against the Magic. They're 3-7 over the last 10 games. 3-7 over the last 10 games the Los Angeles Lakers are. LeBron missed a lot of that, but you still have Luka Doncic. We saw Luka Doncic do a lot with a little in Dallas before Kyrie came there. So Luka, he's supposed to be this superstar, megastar. If LeBron not there, you should be able to carry the team. You should be able to carry the team against some of these teams and at least go 500. But 3-7 in your last 10 games is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. What this Magic game told me is that the Lakers going to have a lot of trouble with any team that has good bigs. Any team that has good bigs or have a big lineup, they're going to have a lot of trouble with. Because you got Paolo and Franz. They played a 3 and the 4, and they both 6'9", 6'10". They could not do anything with the Mavericks. I beat the Magic. Oh, shit. The Lakers couldn't do anything with the Magic. So what this game told me is the Lakers cannot handle size. We thought size was going to be the problem for the Lakers. They went on a little good. What this game told me is that. What this game told me is that the Lakers cannot deal with size. We thought the size wasn't going to be a problem for them when they went on their little win streak and they started winning games. It was like 14-2. We thought it wasn't going to be a problem because their defense was so great. Then teams figure out their defense. Then we figured out the Lakers not big enough to compete. That's why they packing the paint. That's why JJ doing that fluky defense, because they got to pack the paint to be effective. It's not going to work in the playoffs against good teams. Against the Bulls. Against the Bulls. This is the thing that, I don't know, man. With Luka looks great, right? All his numbers look great. You look at the game after the game, the numbers look great. 27-7, 37-7, 35-7, 38-4. It all looks great at the end of the game. It does. But against the Bulls, when he scored 30 in the first half and ended the game with what, 34, 36? You can't score 30 in the first half, end the game. How you score 30 in the first half, Luka, and lose by 30 against the Chicago Bulls? You scored 30 in the first half and finished the game with under 35 points. Does that make sense? Luka Doncic scored 30 in the first half against the Chicago Bulls and finished the game with under 35 points. This is the problem, Luka. You got to carry that through the whole game. I don't know if you're in shape or not, or if you still hurt. Well, you get conveniently hurt at all the right times for you, Luka. You get conveniently hurt. It makes no sense. But this has been a thing with Luka for a long time. He's number one all time. All time. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, D Wade, Kobe Bryant. Luka Doncic is number one all time in first quarter points. So either he's getting burnt out quick and he's giving his best shot before he can make an adjustment. That's what it looks like. Luka's giving his best shot and thinking, hopefully we be up enough for me to coast the rest of the game. You can't do that, Luka. You got to spread it out. Jesus, why am I yawning? You got to spread it out throughout the game, Luka. You got to spread it out throughout the game. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense the way you're playing right now. Luka, you are the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. You are the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. If you not good, the team not going to be good. If LeBron not there, you got to pick up the slack. It makes no sense that you and LeBron are on the same team and y'all losing to the Chicago Bulls in the Orlando Magic. You got to win one of those games. You got to at least split those games. Win against the Magic, win against the Bulls. You got to win one of those games. This was a terrible Florida run for y'all. Y'all came to my Florida home state and y'all got used and abused. That's what it looked like to me. So, is this a fluke or is this reality for the Los Angeles Lakers? I'm calling it reality. I never thought they was going to be good. You could go back through my videos. I said they wasn't going to be good. They had a good little honeymoon period where they went 14-5 or 14-2 or whatever the fuck they did. They had a good honeymoon period, but you could see the makers of this team that they wasn't going to be good. Soon as that Mark Williams trade got Knicks, I knew they wasn't going to be good. Even throughout their little streak, I said they wasn't going to be good because you could tell just based on how their team is set up that in the playoffs, the way that they was playing was never going to work. Like I said in previous videos, the Los Angeles Lakers will win one playoff series and then they're out. If they don't have home court advantage, I don't even think they'll win one playoff series. If they run into, if they don't have home court advantage in the first round, I don't even think they might win a first round playoff series. If they catch Memphis, OKC, Denver is one team I'm missing, and maybe Houston. If they catch any of those teams in the first round, they might be going home first round. Amen Thompson, he can match up with Luka Doncic. Tyree Eason, he can match up with LeBron James. They got bodies. They got Dylan Brooks. They got bodies that they can throw at the Lakers. And they get up and down. The Lakers are not good in transition, and the Houston Rockets love to play in transition. I don't think the Houston Rockets are a good matchup for them. I don't think the Memphis Grizzlies are a good matchup for them because they like to get up and down. The Nuggets might have a little chance for the Nuggets because the Nuggets like to slow it down, and that fits Luka and LeBron's play style. OKC, they're gonna run them out of the gym. So for me, I don't think the Lakers are a contender whatsoever. It was a good run, but I'm taking Memphis, OKC, and Denver over them, and maybe Houston if it comes to a playoff series. All right, let's get to the next topic. Next topic is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. That boy Anthony Davis said, I'm coming back. I don't care what the position we in. I'm coming back. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy if you ask me. Kind of crazy if you ask me. Anthony Davis came back. Anthony Davis came back against the Brooklyn Nets and they beat them 120-101. Anthony Davis said, I don't give a fuck. If I'm healthy, I'm coming back. Y'all said Luka was better than me. I'm going to show y'all Luka not better than me. Anthony Davis said, I'm coming back. Y'all. Let me start this over. Anthony Davis came back last night against the Brooklyn Nets. They won 120-101. Anthony Davis said, I don't want to hear no more Luka in his house. Anthony Davis said, I don't want to hear no more Luka in his house. I don't care if we're not going to win anything in the playoffs. I don't care Kyrie hurt. I don't care that Gafford hurt. I don't care that Lively hurt. Y'all going to feel me. No Diddy. Y'all going to feel me. I'm tired of seeing all these posters saying that the Mavericks lost the trade. No, I don't care that I'm past the limit and I can't win any awards. I don't care that the Dallas Mavericks are in the play-in game. I'm still coming back to show the Dallas Mavericks fans, listen, I'm here now. Stop complaining about that white boy. He's done. He's out. He's out of here. Stop complaining about your dog that died. He's out of here. That's how Anthony Davis feels. Stop complaining about the dog that died. It's a new dog here now. It's a new dog here now. I don't care that Kyrie's not here. I don't care that the rest of the team is hurt. I'm going to be here and I'm going to show y'all what y'all got. Ain't nobody lose no trade. Ain't nobody lose no trades around here. No trades was lost. Anthony Davis says, I am a superstar too. I'm a top 10 player too. Maybe top 5 when I'm healthy. No trades was lost. I like this from Anthony Davis. I do. But at the same time, AD. Why are you out there, bro? I like the attitude because AD is a hooper. I'm a hooper, so I like the attitude. But at the same time, AD, is it worth it, bro? Anthony Davis, is it really worth it? You pass the threshold, you can't get no All-NBA, you can't get no defensive player, you can't get no MVP because you haven't played, you're not going to be able to play 65 games. So I don't see why you're really out there. And at the same time, if you get hurt and you don't come into next season healthy, this is going to be one of the worst trades in history. Right now, it's already looking shaky. Right now, the trade already looking shaky because Kyrie, he going to be out until at least January next year. So it's already looking shaky. So if you get out here and you get hurt, it's going to be hell to pay, Anthony Davis. If it was me, I would come back too. But somebody should have told Anthony Davis in that organization, you're not going back out there. You're not. We keeping our first round pick, our lottery pick, and you're not going back out there. I don't get it, bro. This is dumb. This is very dumb. I would go out there and play too, but this is very dumb. Bad at 2K says, I hope he stays healthy. Me too. I think he needs to prove himself. He can play too. Yeah, he do need to prove to himself that he can play too. But shit, he 12 years in. He knows he can play. My thing is, bad at 2K in the comments. It's a wrap. This season is a wrap. Even if y'all get into the playoffs, what you want to do? Get spanked out by AD. Even if y'all do get in the playoffs, you first round matchup gonna either be the Nuggets or OKC. OKC is spanking y'all out. Y'all, it's going to be like a bye game, basically. It's going to be basically a bye in football for them. Because y'all have no chance against OKC. And then if you play Denver, You know what AD, you know what Jokic does to you in the playoffs, and you don't have Kyrie next to you, or Gafford or Lively, two other bigs who could take pressure off of you. You think you finna come back, get into the playoffs, squeak into the playoffs, and play either OKC or Denver, and you gonna win something, bro? I get it. As a hooper, you want to play, you want to compete, but this is dumb. This is dumb. I'm not blaming you as much as I'm blaming. I'm not blaming you as much as I'm blaming the Dallas Mavericks organization. Somebody should have told them, bro, you got to sit down. AD, you got to sit down, bro. It makes no sense for you to go out there. There's nothing you can gain from this. You can only lose from this. You can only lose from this. If you make the playoffs, you extending the season another 4 games minimum, give you more time to get hurt because you know you're not winning anything. It makes no sense. As an organization, it makes no sense. As a hooper, I get it, AD. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, listen. AD, think about it this way. Go ahead and sit down. This AD, this is how you should be thinking. You should be thinking long game. If I'm AD, I'm like, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. Let the Suns get in the playoffs. They need to get in the playoffs because their organization need it. KD and them need it. And then I do that solid for the Suns, and KD come to my team this summer. Go ahead and sit down, Anthony Davis. Let KD get in the playoffs. Let them wet their beak over there. And then in the summer, you can snooze and cruise with them and be like, listen, man, I sat out so y'all can make the playoffs. I just wanted you to be in the playoffs, bro. Now you can come to us. I did a favor for you. Now you do a favor for us. You come over here with me and Kyrie because I sat out and made sure y'all made the playoffs. Now, KD, come over here with me and Kyrie. That's how you should be thinking, AD. That's the only thing that you should be thinking about right now, in my opinion. Just let KD and them get this playoff spot. Wrap it up. It's done. You're not going to win anything. And let them boys get in the playoffs. It makes no sense, AD. It makes no sense. You the glass man of the NBA. You and Kawhi Leonard, y'all fighting to be the glass man of the NBA. Joel Embiid, he's the heavyweight undisputed glass man of the NBA. Right now, the top 3 is Joel Embiid, Kawhi, second place. Gold medal for the glass man, the gold medal for the glass man of the NBA. Number 1, Joel Embiid. Number 2, Kawhi Leonard. Number 3, Anthony Davis. That is the top 3 glass man in the NBA. Y'all glass, anything can get y'all out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 18 games. It makes no sense. Anthony Davis, I get it. Hooping is hooping. But this makes no sense. This makes no sense as an organization to even let him out there. I blame the organization. I don't blame Anthony Davis. Players want to play. All right, next topic. Next topic. Ooh, I'm ready to talk about this one. I'm ready to talk about this one. I'm ready to talk about this one. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Bad at 2K says, I agree. The organization should say no, if anything. Facts. If I'm the organization, you're not going out there, my boy. I know you a hooper, and I respect everything that you want to do and everything you want to show, but you can't go out there. Not on my dime, not on my time, especially with Kyrie hurt. You're not going out there. I'm sorry, Anthony Davis, but you can't go out there. All right. The Phoenix Suns beat the Milwaukee Bucks 108-106. I was watching this game live, and I just don't get why the Phoenix Suns can't get shit right. They can't get right team of the NBA. Outside of the Philadelphia 76ers, the Phoenix Suns are the can't get right team of the NBA. I guess they got the same initials. PS. Philadelphia Sixers, Phoenix Suns, the 2 teams in the league who had all these high expectations to do so much this year, can't get shit right. I was watching this game live, and I'm seeing the Suns They have talent, but the way they play is so stupid. It's so stupid. All these dudes are trying to play point guard. Kevin Durant trying to play point guard. Devin Booker trying to play point guard. Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant trying to play point guard. Devin Booker trying to play point guard. Bradley Beal trying to play point guard. They don't know what they got going on over there in Phoenix. It makes no sense the way they play. Adam, what's his name? Mike Budenholzer. You supposed to be this offensive genius, right? You supposed to be able to know how to make teams work or whatever the fuck. This team looks terrible. This team looks terrible. To have so much talent and be this terrible, the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to blame it on the coaches. I'm blaming it on the coaches. I know everybody like to blame it on the players, but the way, if you just watch a Phoenix Suns game, they have no motion offense. They don't have any go-to plays. They don't set hard screens. They don't really execute the right way. Every screen that somebody set, they either pop too early or they roll too early. It makes no sense. They throw all these medicine balls that get intercepted every time they throw it. I'm watching the game last night, and at the end of the game, Devin Booker, he just comes down and just takes the most ill-advised shots I ever seen in my life. Devin Booker was out there looking like Westbrook. Devin Booker was out there looking like young Westbrook who didn't know what he was doing, and he's just taking shots. They was up handedly in the fourth quarter. Devin Booker came down twice on the right side wing and shot 2 crazy threes. I'm like, you can't have a shooting guard handling the ball for you, facilitating your offense. Devin Booker, I get it. That's his game. He just wants to score. But with the game in the balance like that, when you have all the momentum and all of the, all of the mojo is going your way, you can't just come down and just take crazy shots like that. Devin Booker was out there playing like he was just trying to get his points and trying to get his stats. At the end of the game, they made up for it. They finally gave Kevin Durant the ball. He made a 3 to tie it up. Did he make a 3? He made a 3 to, I think, go up 1. Brook Lopez got fouled. He made 1. He missed 1. Then they came down. Devin Booker made his shot. So Devin Booker made up for it in the end. But if you go back and look at that fourth quarter, Devin Booker, with the game already in control, he just came down, started taking crazy shots. He turned the ball over twice in crucial moments. Like, he was, all the momentum shifting plays was because of like Devin Booker doing a lot of dumb shit. But I want to talk about the Phoenix Suns. Can the Phoenix Suns make a run in the playoffs? Can the Phoenix Suns make a run in the playoffs if they get in? They just beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are the best team in the East, second best record in the world. Second best record in the world of the NBA. They beat the Cavs. KD scored 42. Then they beat the Bucks. KD scored 38. KD always cooks the Bucks. He always cooked Giannis. I'm going to get to Giannis. But right now, KD always cooks the Bucks. He always cooked Giannis. The last two couple games, they look promising. They look like they starting to get some stuff together. But can they actually make a run if they get into the playoffs? 8 seed or the 7 seed? I think they can give trouble, maybe 6 games at the most, but if they get OKC or Denver in the first round, I don't see it happening. Now, if they get Houston or Memphis in the first round because they the 7 seed, they climbed up to the 7 seed, I could see it. But the Phoenix Suns, I don't see them as a real contender. No. The Suns, they can't be trusted. The bigs can't be trusted at all. The Suns bigs can't be trusted at all. 0, period. Devin Booker, if he's running the point for you, can't be trusted at all, period. I don't see it. Devin Booker has a low IQ when it comes to facilitating the offense. He gonna maybe get 7 assists. That's what the stats say. But if you look at the way he plays, his assist comes off of dump offs mostly. Or he crashed in the lane and because his usage is so high. Because his usage is so high, he gets a lot of assists just basically because he holds the ball a lot. I don't like it. I don't like the way Devin Booker plays offense at all. He needs to be a traditional shooting guard. Score and attack. That's it. Devin Booker cannot be a primary facilitator for offense. I don't care if he looks good a couple games against bad teams. I don't like it at all. Cameron Spencer in the chat says fire Nico Harrison. Bro, it's too late for that. You got to deal with it. You got to deal with the cards you've been dealt, Cameron. You got to deal with the cards you've been dealt, Cameron. It's too late to fire Nico. The damage has been done. Like the video before you get up out of here too, my boy. Yes, but Phoenix Suns can't be trusted. The bigs can't be trusted. Devin Booker as a primary facilitator for a team can't be trusted. Coach Bud, Mike Budenholzer, he don't know what he doing with the lineups. One day he start Bobo. Bobo looks good. Next day he take Bobo out. Bobo don't even play at all. Some days he start Bradley Beal. Some days Bradley Beal don't start. Now he got a fucking 25-year-old rookie, Colin Gillespie, starting. Like, he don't know what he's doing. I really think he's clueless. He's more clueless than Frank Vogel was. It makes no sense that you have all this talent on your team. It makes no sense that you have all this talent on your team and you can't figure out an offense that works for all of them. The Phoenix Suns, it makes no sense that they have all of this talent and you can't figure out an offense, a motion offense, a swing and kick, or run a motion offense where you throw it into the post to KD, you run Devin Booker off of him, run Bradley Beal off of him, run Bobo on backdoors. Like, you can do something to make this talent work. But Budenholzer is like, he just trying to get fired. It look like Budenholzer trying to get fired. They gave him a 5-year deal and he know he gonna get all the money, so he's just trying to get fired. His rotations and his lineups looks terrible. Just start Bobo, start KD, start Nick Richards, start Devin Booker, and start Tyus Jones. That's just how you got to do it. Tyus Jones at the 1, Devin Booker at the 2, KD at the 3, Bobo at the 4, Nick Richards at the 5. That's the only reason. That's the only starting lineup we should be seeing. Only starting lineup we should be seeing. And if you want to take Bobo out, maybe Royce O'Neal, if it's a smaller team you playing against. But use your shit to your advantage. This is what I don't get about the Suns. You have so much length and skill. You have tall skill. There's a lot of teams that got a lot of skill, but all the players are either 6'5" and shorter. The Suns have tall, lengthy skill. They have Bobo who can shoot, KD who can shoot, and Nick Richards who can rebound and catch lobs. You could be a big team and make teams adjust to you. That's what the Phoenix Suns should be doing. They should be playing big and making teams adjust to them. But no, every game Mike Budenholzer wants to change the lineups to adjust to other teams. Find something that works really well for your team and make teams adjust to you. I always hated that growing up when the coaches you play for, they always want to go small when the other team goes small, or go big when the other team go big. No. How about we play our game that's best for our team and make them adjust to us? Why are we always adjusting to the opposite team? And that's what Coach Mike Budenholzer is doing. I don't think he's a good coach at all. I think this is why when KD first got there and they fired Monty Williams, they should have went and got Nick Nurse. Because at least Nick Nurse would have put a offense, because at least Nick Nurse would have put an offense around them that actually worked for them. The Suns, in the way they play, it does not work at all. They should be running some type of driving kick, some type of motion, some type of KD or Devin Booker catch the ball in the post on a mismatch, and somebody on the backside have Nick Richards play that backside block for a lob, and that's how they should play it. Run Bobo off of it, run KD off of it, run down screens, run picks, run curls for Bradley Beal. Like, you have so much you can go to with the Suns. But I just think Mike Budenholzer is a trash coach. He's a trash coach because there's no way you got this much talent you can't do shit with it. It makes no sense. Cameron Spencer says Bobo is a piece of trash. Bobo is a piece of trash to me. It's why he's what? Cameron Spencer says Bobo is a piece of trash to me. It's why he's on a different team every year. I don't know about that. Bobo is not trash, my boy. Bobo is not trash. Liddy G says, preach. I always preach. You just got to make sure you're listening to the gospel. All right? Bad at 2K says they need a better point guard. They've been needing a point guard ever since Chris Paul, man. Ever since Chris Paul. If Brent, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but if Ben Simmons would have went to the Phoenix Suns, it would have been perfect. I don't know why he went to the Clippers. Like, bro, they got enough over there already, bro. He would have been a starting point guard for the Phoenix Suns if he would have came to the Phoenix Suns. Ben Simmons is the perfect player for the Phoenix Suns. I would have put Bradley Beal ass on the bench, and I would have started Ben Simmons, Bobo, KD, Devin Booker, and Nick Richards. And I would have dared anybody to try to get a rebound. Dared anybody to try to defend that. It's going to be mismatches everywhere across the court if you would have had a lineup like that. They should have pushed everything they could do to get Ben Simmons and told him, listen, you're going to be the starting point guard. They should have just started with that. Ben, just come over here. You're going to be the starting point guard. Ben would have been perfect for the Phoenix Suns. Michael says, D-Book got to play PG because Tyus Jones is the next best option outside of Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, bro. Bradley Beal, I'm starting to think Booker all along. Let's go try fucked up. But I'm starting to think that Devin Booker all along was the West Side Bradley Beal. He was the West Side Bradley Beal because Devin Booker, now that I'm watching him more closely, now that KD's on his team, what does he do? What does he do actually? What does he actually do? DC, what's up, my boy? I actually agree with Ben Simmons, see? Because you know ball, bro. You play 2K. You know Ben Simmons would have fit perfectly with them boys. A defender who can play point, who can run up and down. You got fucking Tyus Jones out there who's a mismatch on both ends of the court. He only can do one thing. You just got Tyus Jones out there to really bring the ball down the court. What else does he do besides that? He too streaky as a shooter. Like what? Like you better off fucking getting Seth Curry to play his position. I get Devin Booker. I get why Devin Booker feel like he got to play the point because I don't know what the fuck Tyus Jones did. At first I thought it was a good matchup to get Tyus Jones there, but I don't see him doing shit actually. I don't see him do shit actually. And he doesn't want to score when he has. And he doesn't want to score. They have enough of that. They need some defense and they need some playmaking. KD needs somebody who could just set him up. KD need a better player who can set him up. Tyus Jones, I'm sorry, but you ass. I'm sorry, Tyus Jones, but you ass. I'm sorry. And Coach Mike Budenholzer, I don't know what the fuck you do. You out there just, you look like fucking Darvin Ham out there. You ain't doing a goddamn thing. Every lineup, like every fucking game, it's a different lineup for the Phoenix Suns. Play with something, get some continuity with it, get some chemistry with it, and stick to it. Budenholzer feel like he gotta change shit up every time they lose a game or lose a quarter. He want to change the whole philosophy. Let these guys play together long enough so they can find a rhythm. Then you will figure it out. He fucking like, he fighting for his life as a coach on the sideline. He just doing anything and trying to throw it at the wall and see if some shit sticks. Let's go to the next topic, man. Let's talk about the other side of this game that happened. Let's talk about the other side of this game. Let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks side of this game. Milwaukee Bucks side of this game. I want to talk about Giannis, bro. It's something about Giannis. There's something about Giannis that always pisses me off. Let's talk about Giannis. They lost this game, actually. The Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis, they actually lost this game. Before we get to this, let me see what this man said. Cameron Spencer says, Chris Paul is the point fraud. Sure, he had a good regular season. Sure, he's a good regular season player, but his playoff failures shows he's a number 2, and he was never a number 1. No one said Chris Paul was a number 1. And he know he wasn't a number 1. That's why he was with Devin Booker and he tried to get with Kobe Bryant. He knows he's not a number 1. He knows he's not a number 1. But let's talk about Giannis. I want to talk about Giannis. The other side of this game last night, the other side of this game where the Phoenix Suns beat the Milwaukee Bucks was Giannis losing once again. Once again, Giannis is losing to KD. When KD has something relatively decent next to him, he beats Giannis. And that's what I want to talk about. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the so-called always being mentioned in the top 3 players. I'm going to start calling cap on it. Let's talk about the other side of this game. Let's talk about the other side of this game. Giannis and the Bucks lost. Let's talk about Giannis, who always loses to KD, but he's always being called a top 3 player in the league. I'm going to start calling cap on Giannis. Giannis is not him, bro. I'm starting to figure Giannis out. This guy had one good year, and people just put him in the top 3 players. Giannis had one good year, and they put him in the top 3 players. I know what you're going to say. I know what anybody going to say when they see this video. Giannis had one good year. Yes, Giannis had one good year, and they just throw him in the top 3 players in the league. He's not really like that for real. He's not. Every time KD see him and he has somebody decent next to him, KD smacks him out. And I'm gonna bet at 2K. Bet at 2K says one good year is crazy. Don't worry, I'm about to break it down. In the comments, Bad at 2K says one good year is crazy. Don't worry, I'm about to break this down and tell me if you agree with me or you agree to disagree. Just listen to my argument and tell me what you think about my argument. If Giannis is not top 3, name 3 players better than him. Michael says that in the comments. Let me give my argument and then I want y'all to respond to me. All right? Let me give my argument, then I want y'all to respond to me. All right, let me go to it. Giannis lost to the Phoenix Suns. Let's talk about the other side of this matchup. Giannis lost to the Phoenix Suns. Giannis always being called a top 3 player, but he is not him. Giannis has never been him. Let's really break it down. I'm finna really break it down for y'all. Giannis get tagged as this superstar player, but he's never treated like a superstar. That's why I think he's not him. He get tagged as a superstar player, but he's not treated as a superstar. Let KD or Steph Curry or LeBron James have Damian Lillard next to them in a weak-ass East, and they not win anything. Nobody even expects Giannis to win anything. They're in the weak-ass East, and they the 5th seed. They behind the Pacers. They behind the Cavs, the Knicks, and they behind the fucking Celtics. They should be behind the Celtics. Giannis' team should not be behind any team other than the Celtics. Nobody expects Giannis to do anything. If KD had Dame Lillard next to him in a weak-ass East, they would be shitting on him. If Steph Curry had Dame Lillard next to him, they would be shitting on him. If LeBron James had Dame Lillard next to him, they would be shitting on him if they not winning anything. Because I remember vividly KD 2-3 years ago in Brooklyn with Kyrie and James Harden, and they was getting hurt, and they still expected KD to win. They still expected KD to win against Giannis and them with James Harden on one hamstring and Kyrie hurt. Giannis gets tagged as superstar, but he's never been treated like a superstar. The superstars from the superstars of this era, KD, LeBron, and Steph, if you don't win, you getting shit on. The superstars of last era, KD, Steph, and LeBron, if you don't win, you get shitted on. Why isn't anybody saying Giannis needs to win anything? I literally be hearing shows say we don't expect Giannis to win. Why not? Is he not a superstar? Is Giannis not a superstar? All the Euros get handled with kid gloves. All the Euros get handled with kid gloves. Because if KD had Giannis, because if KD had Dame Lillard next to him in the East, they would be saying, KD, if KD, Steph Curry, or LeBron James had Dame Lillard next to them in the Eastern Conference, they would be saying, no team should beat you except the Celtics. If any of those guys had Damian Lillard next to them in a weak-ass East, they would be saying, you shouldn't lose to any team except the Celtics. But for Giannis, it's just, oh, we don't even expect him to win. I literally saw a clip on First Things First. Nick Wright, he says, oh, we don't really expect anything from the Bucks. Why not? Why not? Because if LeBron or KD was over there, y'all would expect a lot from them. That's how we used to treat top 3 players. But the Euros, they don't get treated like that. He don't get treated like that. Luka don't get treated like that. He don't get treated like that. Luka don't get treated like that. Jokic don't get treated like that. None of them get treated like that. But Giannis, he has one good year. This is why I say Giannis only had one good year. Because if it wasn't for that what year was that when they won the championship? If it wasn't for that lucky ass 2021 championship run, they would be saying Giannis is a failure. If it wasn't for the 2021 season, Giannis would be having 0 rings. Giannis is literally Giannis get treated like a Make-A-Wish kid. No expectations whatsoever. This dude is literally a regular season player. He runs up and down the court and he does all that shit in the regular season. That shit don't work in the playoffs. It only worked one time in the playoffs. And that's because Chris Middleton was making all the big shots and Drew Holiday was making all the big stops. They allowed him to play that way. And now since both of them are gone, he can't play that way no more. Giannis is a product of regular season being a big, strong, tall, run fast dude in a regular season. That's what Giannis is a product of. Cameron Spencer says KD got swept with Kyrie. LeBron was swept with AD. So what's your point? Giannis is a champion with Holiday, who is a much lesser player. Giannis went on a fantasy run because he hurt Kyrie. If we really want to talk about it, Giannis would be Lamar Jackson of the NBA. Giannis would be the Lamar Jackson of the NBA if Kyrie and James Harden didn't get hurt. He would have 2 MVPs and nothing to show for it. Jesus Christ. Giannis would be the Lamar Jackson of the NBA if it wasn't for 2021 when he hurt Kyrie. Giannis would be the Lamar Jackson of the NBA if he didn't hurt Kyrie in 2021. 2 MVPs and nothing to show for it. The Brooklyn Nets was beating their ass, dog walking them, 40 points. First game that they played them, 40 points. Did you see what the Brooklyn Nets did to the Celtics that first round when they was all healthy? They was beating the fucking Celtics ass. I think they won 4-1 or 4-0. They swept the Celtics when KD had that team healthy. When James Harden, Kyrie, and KD was healthy that first round, the same year that the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship, the first round. In the first round, the same year that the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship, KD, James Harden, and Kyrie swept the Celtics, beating their ass every single time. Then they played the Milwaukee Bucks. They beat their ass 2 times. Smack them up 2 times. Kyrie get hurt. James Harden pull his hamstring and it still goes 7 games. If it wasn't for James Harden pulling his hamstring and Kyrie getting hurt by Giannis, when he went up under his foot and twisted his ankle, Giannis would have nothing but those 2 MVPs and he would be looking like Lamar Jackson, a player that always folds in the playoffs. And ever since that lucky year, he's been folded in the playoffs. I don't even think he's been to an Eastern Conference Finals since that lucky ass year. I don't even think he's been to an Eastern Conference Finals since 2021. And they always call this dude a top 3 player, and he's in the weakest conference, and he haven't even been to the Eastern Conference Finals since that championship run. He lucky that KD had his whole team get hurt, or he wouldn't have shit. But those 2 MVPs, and they would be treating him the same way they treat Lamar Jackson. The same way. Bad at 2K says second in the NBA right now. Second in scoring in the NBA. Okay. Second in scoring in the NBA. Okay. I'm pretty sure he's been second or first in the NBA in scoring the last 4 years. He haven't even made it to the conference finals. But he's a top 3 player. Luka, at least Luka and Jokic, they make it to the conference finals. And they in the hardest conference. Giannis, what has he been doing? People always quick to throw Giannis in his top 3 players. I get it based off the talent in regular season, but what has he done? Outside of the lucky year when KD had Harden and Kyrie got hurt. What has he done actually? He's lucky that year happened for him like that. He's lucky that year happened for him like that, because if it wasn't for that year, he would be Lamar Jackson. The Raptors would have lost. Cameron Spencer says the Raptors would have lost to Golden State in 2019 if they was Harry. So what's your point? I see you don't keep that same energy towards Kawhi. I do keep the same energy towards Kawhi. I do keep the same energy towards Kawhi. That's why I don't go off wins and losses and championships. Because KD would have went on a 3-peat and won 3 Finals MVPs in a row if it wasn't for him getting hurt. If it wasn't for him getting hurt. I saw who was the best players on the floor in 2017, 2018, and 2019. Even in 2019 when KD was on the floor for 12 minutes in the finals and then blew his Achilles. I watched the finals. I saw Kyrie on the floor. When I watched the finals in 2017 and 2018, I saw Kyrie on the floor. I saw Steph Curry on the floor. I saw LeBron James on the floor. I saw Klay Thompson on the floor, Draymond Green on the floor, Steph Curry on the floor, and KD on the floor. And one player looked better than all of them, and it was Kevin Durant. That's how I watch basketball. I like to see who getting deferred to. Who is all of the action getting thrown to? I keep the same energy. Kawhi Leonard would not have 2 championships if KD didn't get hurt. I'm keeping that same energy. But I want to talk about Giannis. We always throwing this nigga in the top 3 conversation, and he has not done shit since that lucky ass run in 2021. And that's facts. He's lucky Kyrie got hurt, or he would be Lamar Jackson. One lucky ass championship run. KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron James are all 50 years old. In NBA years, KD, LeBron James, and Steph Curry are all 50 years old. And all 3 of them have more expectations than Giannis. KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron James are 50 years old, and everybody in NBA has more expectations for them than they do. I'm getting worked up. I need water. Let me say this one more time. KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron James are all 50 years old in NBA years. And they have more expectations for those 3 than they do for Giannis, Greek Freak, one lucky year, Antetokounmpo. They have more expectations for those 3 than Giannis. And Giannis is in the middle of his prime, at the peak of his powers, with Damian Lillard in a weaker conference. And KD, Steph, and LeBron at 50 years old in NBA years have more expectations than Giannis. I see people on these ESPNs and these Fox Sports and all these shows saying we don't really expect anything from the Bucks. Why not? Giannis is in a weak conference with Damian Lillard. If that was KD, Steph, or LeBron, they would be shitting on them. But these Euros, they get treated with kid gloves because they can't speak English or something, I guess. They don't really understand. They don't really understand that, so that's why we're not going to treat them like the way we treat everybody else. Giannis is not that person, bro. He's a regular season player. He's a regular season player. Somebody need to start saying that. Giannis is James Harden. Giannis is James Harden. Giannis is James Harden. If James Harden would have went to the if somebody Giannis is James Harden, bro. Michael says the surrounding cast outside of Dame and Giannis is weak and old. Kuzma is literally their third option. I saw Kuzma win a championship as a third option. Hey, Michael, I saw Kuzma win a championship as a third option. You remember him? On the Lakers, he was the third option behind Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You remember that, Michael? I saw Kuzma be the third best option and win a championship in the bubble with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So I don't want to hear that Giannis' third option is Kyle Kuzma. LeBron won with Kyle Kuzma as his third best option, and Giannis is supposed to be on LeBron level, right? So why he can't win with Kyle Kuzma as his third best option? I don't want to hear that the surrounding cast outside of Dame and Giannis is. I don't want to hear that, and that's the point that I'm making. Look at the hoops they jumped through for Giannis. Look at the hoops they jumped through for Giannis that they never jumped through for anybody else. You in a weaker of the conferences, and you can't even get to the Eastern Conference Finals in the last 4 years. In the last 4 years. And you can tell just by the discourse that they treat these guys with. For KD, when he was in the East, first year, he was hurt the whole year. Second year, he came back and he was injured in and out of the lineup the whole year. Third year, I think the second year is the year that, the third year, I don't remember, but this is how I remember how it goes. The first year, KD was hurt the whole year. The next year, Kyrie, I gotta go look it up now. I don't want to fuck this up. I want to fuck this up. Brooklyn Nets. I want to fuck this up. Let me look this up. My bad. Brooklyn Nets stats. Come on, man. KD first year was 2020, right? I know this is a hard watch. Let me get this right. I don't want to fuck shit up. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Okay, the first year KD was hurt the whole year. The next year was the year that they had everything put together the right way. I want to go through this first. Let's see what y'all talking about. Cameron Spencer says Dame is declining as a player. You talking like this is peak Dame. Why? So Dame suddenly declining? He was an all-NBA player the year right before he came to Giannis. You know why Dame look like he's declining? Because Giannis' big dumbass want to play point center. And he barely can dribble through his legs. I don't want to hear that, Cameron Spencer. Talk about Dame is declining. Dame ain't declining. Dame looks worse next to Giannis. Every time a player looks worse next to another player, y'all want to say that player is declining. No, he went to a team that's not his team. It's Giannis' team. And Giannis want to play point center. So Dame can't play his game the way he plays his game. Because Giannis think he can do everything. He barely can fucking dribble. But he want to play point center. That's why Dame looks bad. Don't look bad because he's declining. Dame is not declining. Michael says the surrounding cast. I already answered that. If it weren't for KD foot, he would not have a ring. Facts, DC. That's what I said. If it weren't for KD foot on the line, if it wasn't for KD foot on the line, Giannis would not even have a championship. Because every year since then, he's been either choking or he's been hurt. He would be Lamar Jackson, I'm telling you. Milwaukee is not a contender. They're not beating Boston, Cleveland, New York, or Indiana. They could beat maybe New York, maybe Indiana. But they're not beating Boston. They can't beat Cleveland. But they have a so-called top 3 player with Dame on the team in a weak Eastern Conference. I don't get it. Somebody got to make it make sense to me. Brittany J says Giannis got destroyed by Jimmy Butler in the first round back in 2023. Keep in mind, Milwaukee had the number 1 seed that year, and Miami was the A seed. Facts. Miami played in a play-in game and beat Giannis. Brittany, DC says Brittany, they choked every game. Facts. Giannis don't get treated like these guys, bro. Luka better than Giannis. I'd take Luka over Giannis. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to make those definitive statements right now. But this is what I want to say. The Euros, like Giannis always being called a top 3 player, superstar player, but he's not ever treated like them. Let KD or LeBron James or Steph Curry had his playoff resume since that championship and what they would be saying. He choked as the number 1 seed against the A seed play-in Miami Heat. He lost to them twice. He lost as the higher seed to the Miami Heat twice. Let that would have been KD or LeBron James. How their legacy would have been affected. But because they're Euros and they can't speak English, nobody wants to hold them to the same standard. They don't. They don't. Giannis had one good lucky year in the playoffs. Outside of 1 year in the playoffs, he's been trash. He's been trash. Jason Tatum outplayed him in a game 7. Jason Tatum outplayed Giannis in a game 7. I think it was game 6, game 7. Jason Tatum outplayed him in a closeout game. I know that for sure. Let Jason Tatum would have outplayed KD, Steph, or LeBron in a closeout game. How that would have been affecting them and how people would have been talking about their legacies. But Giannis this year, in a weak conference with Damian Lillard on his side, he should not be losing to any team other than Boston in the playoffs. But nobody expects him to do shit. KD, Steph, and LeBron still have higher expectations than him. And he's young and in his prime, the middle of his prime, the beginning of his prime. Giannis is not that player that people think he is, bro. He's a regular season player who has a lot of regular season stats. Outside of one playoff run, he has been ass in the playoffs. He's been ass. He don't get treated the same way that real superstars get treated. He don't. Santos says Luka is better than Giannis. It's close. Giannis being a top 3 player, where has that got him to? Exactly. DC says Giannis being a top 3 player, what has that got him to? 1 lucky ring. If KD's foot's not on the line, Giannis will have 0 rings. He will be treated the same way Lamar Jackson is treated in the NFL. 2 MVPs and nothing to show for it. He will be treated the same way James Harden is treated. Giannis is a regular season player the same way James Harden is. James Harden would have had a championship too if he would have got to the Western Conference Finals and KD and Steph would have got hurt. That's the same. That would be the equivalent. That would be the equivalent for Giannis. Giannis would be getting treated like Lamar Jackson. He would be looked the same way. Giannis would be looked at the same way James Harden was if KD foot wasn't on that line. 2 MVPs, regular season player, get into the playoffs and choke. If James Harden would have had the same luck Giannis had against KD, and say Klay Thompson and Steph Curry get hurt when he's playing them and he wins a championship, he would be the same as Giannis. That's why I say Giannis had one good year. That's why I said Giannis had one good year. Because in the regular season, he's good. Yeah, he's very good. He can run up and down. He's bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. On a night-to-night basis, you're not scheming for him. On a night-to-night basis, you're not really scouting for him. But when you lock in a playoff series, he always fold. Outside of 1 year, he always fold. And then And then that one year, Chris Middleton was making all the big shots down the stretch, making all the big free throws down the stretch. Drew Holiday was locking up the other team's best defender. He had everything perfect around him. And ever since that hedge been moved, he has not been the same player in the playoffs. He's a regular season playout. He's a regular season player. Regular season. Santos, why? DC says, Santos, that would show Luka can adapt. That would show Luka can adapt and thrive to any team he goes to. Santos says if Luka gets to the Lakers, Santos says if Luka gets the Lakers to the finals this year, what would that say about him then? Miami ass almost didn't make the playoffs. Now, if the Lakers beat the Celtics and Luka wins MVP, can we say that he's the most impressive ring of all time? Traded midseason, no center, and facing the all-time great Celtic team. No. No, that would not be the greatest ring of all time. Did you not see what Dirk Nowitzki did? I don't want to hear that. Luka winning the championship is not close to what Dirk would have done. Dirk didn't have a LeBron James next to him or a player as good as Austin Reeves next to him. Dirk beat OKC with KD, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Then he beat Kobe Bryant. Then he beat the Miami Heat with D Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James. You are crazy. There was no player next to Dirk Nowitzki as good as LeBron James. So no, Luka winning the championship this year would not be the greatest ring of all time. No way, no how. Ain't no players as good as LeBron James and Austin Reeves next to Dirk Nowitzki in 2011. I'm sorry, it's not. 2018 would be the most impressive ring if LeBron had no help come to the finals. I argue that the Celtics team is better than that Heat team. Who's stopping Porzingis? Udonis Haslem. Who's stopping him? How about Chris Bosh? What are you talking about? Who's stopping Porzingis? How about Chris Bosh? What are you talking about? Chris Bosh is better than Porzingis. D Wade is better than Jaylen Brown. LeBron James is better than Jason Tatum. I don't know what the hell you talking about, Santos. LeBron better than Jason Tatum. D Wade better than Jaylen Brown. Chris Bosh better than Porzingis. So I don't know what you're talking about, Santos. I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds good though. You must be a big Luka fan. Because, no, I'm not going. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling with that. Bad at 2K says facts, Dellski. Exactly. I don't know what this dude's talking about. Don't disrespect Chris Bosh. And don't disrespect Dwayne Wade. He averaged 26 in the finals. That finals that they lost to the Miami Heat. And Dirk still won. I don't want to hear about that. Dirk ain't have no LeBron James next to him and won the finals. Let's not get over our heads. Okay, I know you like Luka, but let's not go crazy, bro. Okay, what's my next topic? My next topic. I want to close this out first. In conclusion for this, Giannis is not him. Giannis, regular season player. Giannis is a superstar who doesn't get treated like traditional superstars. If KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron James, any of them had Dame Lillard in a weak Eastern Conference, everybody would be saying you shouldn't lose to anyone outside of the Celtics because you're a superstar player with a superstar next to you. But Giannis, he gets to coast. You get to have people in the media like Nick Wright and all these guys say, oh, we don't really expect anything for Giannis. What? When have we ever said that about a top 3 player? But Giannis, he gets to skate on by because he's Euro and people treat him with kid gloves. He can't speak English, so we give him a pass. I don't want to hear that shit. Outside of one lucky playoff run, Giannis has been a regular season demon. He's been Lamar Jackson. That's what he's been. Lamar Jackson. 2 MVPs, nothing to show for it. KD has Kyrie and James Harden get hurt. That's the only reason he won a championship. If James Harden in 2018, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry would have got hurt in the Western Conference Finals, he would have had a ring too. He would have had the same lucky run that fucking Giannis had. But because Giannis got lucky and KD team got hurt after they was dog walking them the first 2 games, he steps under Kyrie's foot. James Harden pulls his hamstring. He wins the championship with easy matchups throughout the rest of the playoffs. He's this legendary player. He's top 3 every year. But ever since that year, he hasn't won shit. He's lost to the Miami Heat play-in game. He's lost to underdogs all these different times. He's let a wall get built against him, and he can't do shit in the playoffs. He's a regular season demon. That's what Giannis is. So Giannis is not him. Is he a top 3 player? Yes, maybe. But when the playoffs come, there's 10 players I have over him. And the playoffs comes, there's 10 players I have over him. You want to put him first team All NBA and all this other shit? Okay, good, well, fine, because those regular season awards. In the playoffs, there's at least, maybe not 10, but there's at least 5 to 8 players I will have over Giannis when it comes playoff time. He can adjust. All that run and jump shit does not work in the playoffs. Giannis is not him. And I'm going to stamp that. No expectations for a top 3 player. He shouldn't lose to any team but the Celtics in the East. The East, where teams under 500 are making the playoffs, I don't want to hear that shit. You the 5th seed, you behind the Pacers, in the Knicks, I don't want to hear it. Not as no top 3 player. No. What y'all saying in the chat? People starting to say that the Heat team was not good is insane. Facts. Bad at 2K. Facts. Like, what? Now the Heat wasn't a good team? Luka will be beating this all-time great Thunder team. Might face arguably the greatest center, Jokic, in the Celtics. That's a crazy run. If he gets it, I don't know. Okay, first of all, the Thunder is not an all-time great team. Just because the team has a good regular season doesn't make them an all-time great team. I guess the Atlanta Hawks in 2015, when they was the #1 seed and they had the best record in the NBA, I guess they was an all-time great team too, just because they won a lot of games. The Thunder are not an all-time great team. So we're going to stop that right there. Jokic, okay, if you place against Jokic and you beat him, that's a good win. I give you that. And then you play the Celtics. The Celtics are not better than Heat. I don't care what you say. The Celtics are not better than the Heat. I don't care what you say. So he would have one great team. I just told you that Dirk beat KD, James Harden, and Westbrook. Then he beat Kobe and Paul Gasol. Then he beat LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh. They cannot compare to that. Dirk had JJ Barea. That's more than enough help for Dirk. Are you crazy? I hope Giannis can prove you and Nick wrong. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Santos, what are you talking about? Statistically, the Thunder are an all-time great team defensively. That's a fact. Look it up. Okay. Statistically, regular season, the Thunder are the 2nd youngest team in the NBA. Young teams do not win championships at all. They never have. They never will. Maybe this year Shea can get it done, but young teams do not win championships. You cannot call this Thunder team an all-time great team just because they're having a good regular season. That's not how it works. That's never how it ever worked. Regular season, we seen the Atlanta Hawks win the most games in the league and get swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers. We've seen this happen before. We've seen this trickery before. The Atlanta Hawks won 65 games or whatever the fuck, most games in the league, and they got swept in the playoffs. Just because you have a good regular season don't make you an all-time great team. DC says, Santos, yeah, JJ Barea is help. You have lost your talking rights. Facts. We might have to time Santos out, man. He just talking crazy. Bro said JJ Barea. Bro definitely said JJ Barea is more help than LeBron James and Austin Reeves. He needs to be arrested. Statistics don't mean shit come playoffs. Facts. That's what y'all need to learn. Statistics don't mean shit when the playoffs come around because it's a whole different game. You get to lock in on one team for 4 games. Know their weakness, know all their weaknesses, all their scrims. Push them to their weaknesses. Move them away from their scrims. Regular season stats do not mean anything. Regular season stats do not mean anything in the playoffs. They don't. They don't. You have to watch a team and figure out, is this guy good in creating his own shot in the half court? Is this guy good? Can this guy get a stop on the opposing team? Does this guy have a high enough IQ to make sure he's helping on defense, to make sure he's in the right positioning? Is they big enough? Is they strong enough? How are the matchups going to look in the playoffs? You don't play 82 games against playoff teams in the regular season. So your stats can be skewed either way. So it doesn't make sense to say, oh, just because of regular season stats. Of course, some of that stuff weighs in. But at the same time, regular season stats don't really account for anything in the playoffs. It's more about how your team fits playoff style basketball. Do you have enough players on your team who can create for other players? Do you have enough players on your team who can get their own shot in the half court? Do you have enough players on your team who can switch on defense and not be able to give up too much on either side of the ball? That's the type of stuff you have to look at when it comes to playoff basketball. You don't look at stats. Stats are just maybe 8%, not 8%. Stats are maybe like 60% of the point when it comes to playoffs. It's more about matchups and styles of play when it comes to the playoffs. It's a totally different game. I don't look at that. I'm more of an eye test person. I don't just go off stats. Santos says, all I'm saying is Luka is about to go on a legendary run this finals year. Lakers versus Celtics. See you there, bro. It ain't gonna be no It ain't gonna be no Lakers. I'm sorry to tell you, Santos, it ain't gonna be no Lakers. Good luck, but it ain't gonna be no Lakers. Bad at 2K says we can talk when that happens, man. You are living a fantasy world. Yes, Santos is living in a fantasy world. JJ Barea held LeBron to 17 points per game. Santos, LeBron choked like a dog, bro. Statistics don't prove what teams are capable of doing. Statistics only prove what teams are capable of doing. Maybe. Cameron Spencer says, fire Nico Harrison. Bro, it's over with, bro. He's your dad now. Cameron Spencer. Nico Harrison is like when your mom get a new boyfriend and you don't like him. Then the boyfriend marries her. It's over now. It don't care. It don't matter what you say. He's your dad now. Hey, Cameron Spencer, it don't matter what you say. Your mom loves him. They're married. He's your dad now. It's over. It is what it is. NBA is not about to have the Thunder versus Celtics finals. You're out of your mind. No one is watching that. I'll watch it. I'm definitely watching that. Just because you like the Lakers don't mean everybody else like the Lakers. I'm definitely watching a Thunder Celtics championship for sure. That'll be great basketball. What's my next topic, man? Giannis. Goddamn Giannis. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this boy. We gotta talk about my mans. Anthony Edwards. What's wrong with Anthony Edwards? Let me pull up this game real quick. Because I was watching this game. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they lost to the Indiana Pacers last night. 103-119. 103-119. We thought Minnesota was having a good little run, right? Let me double check. Oh no, they've been on a little drag. But they did have a good run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lost to the Pacers twice and the Pelicans. Yes. So the Minnesota, Minnesota, Minnesota. So the Minnesota. So the Minnesota, So the Minnesota Timberwolves lose to the Indiana Pacers, 119-103. They had a good run. They was on like an 8-game winning streak. Then they end up losing. Then they end up losing to the Pacers twice. They lost to the New Orleans Pelicans, and they barely. Hold on. DC says I'll watch. DC says I'll watch even though I want to see the Lakers versus Celtics. Santos says the NBA needs the rating boost. It's entertainment. Luka and LeBron in the Celtics rivalry have the entire world watching the finals since Luka is worldwide. Luka is not worldwide. I'm tired of people saying that. Luka is not worldwide. He's not. It's because he's from another country doesn't mean he's worldwide. LeBron is way more global than him. KD is way more global than him. Steph Curry is way more global than him. I don't care because they're from America. KD, Steph, and LeBron, any country they go to, they're more global than Luka, except Slovenia, whatever the fuck he from. I get tired when people say that these foreign players are global just because they're from another country. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not more global than them. You're not more global than them just because you from another country. Your country has 13 million people. It's more people than that in Florida. You're not more global than them. Jesus, I hate when people say that. Just because they Euros, they global. No, you're not. You're just from another country. You're not global. Like I was saying, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they lose to the Indiana Pacers. 103-119. We thought that the Minnesota Timberwolves was having a good run. They won like 8 games in a row. Then they lost to the Pacers. Then they lost to the G League New Orleans Pelicans, whatever the fuck. Are they the Hornets or the Pelicans? Or are they the Bumblebees? We don't know. Then they beat the Pelicans on the back-to-back, and then they lose to the Pacers again. This is the thing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. What is wrong with Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves? I'm going to tell you what's wrong. Anthony Edwards, you got to stop the threes, bro. Anthony Edwards, you have to stop the threes, bro. I'm sorry. I get it. You're good at shooting threes, 40%. But you got to let somebody else do it. You got to let somebody else do it. Hold on. Before I get to this, Cameron Spencer says you're very dismissive of foreign players. How am I dismissive of them? I'm just speaking facts. Ain't no foreign player in the league right now ever been bigger than Kobe Bryant. Just because you from another country don't make you global. I keep trying to say this. Just because you from another country don't make you global. None of these guys has ever been bigger than Kobe Bryant. None of these guys has ever been bigger than LeBron James or Steph Curry. Just because they from another country. Just because you're from another country don't mean you're more global than American players. You're not. You come from these small countries with 6, 7, 8 million people and you want to call yourself a global superstar? I bet LeBron James, Steph Curry, and KD can go to more places in the world, more different countries in the world, and be a bigger star than Lukadoncic. I guarantee you Steph Curry, LeBron James, and KD can go to more countries than Luka and be a bigger star than him. He probably just got these Slovenia and all the countries surrounding that. Go to France, go to Germany, go to all these other places. Steph Curry and KD and LeBron are bigger than him. They're more global than him. I just get tired of this narrative that all these foreign players are bigger stars than American players just because they're from another country. You're not. The country you're from has 8 million people. The states that these players are from have more people than your country. The states that these players are from have more people than your country. I don't get it. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Santos says you know nothing about nothing about anything outside of the US. I've been to Europe. He's there. LeBron's out of there. Stop it, man. Ronaldo is the biggest name in sports, and he's non-American. Why are you talking about Ronaldo? See, Cameron Spencer, you keep trying to change the subject. I said NBA players. Of course, Ronaldo is bigger than all these guys. Messi is bigger than all these guys. That's a fact. But I'm talking about NBA players. Stop trying to change the subject. Steph Curry, LeBron James, and KD are bigger global icons than Luka Doncic ever will be. Ever. They sell more shoes than him. They sell more advertisements. They sell more shoes than him. They sell more ads than him. They make more in endorsements than him. They do more than him in everything. He's bringing up Yao Ming. You bringing up, of course, Yao Ming is big. You talk about somebody who actually moving people. Talk about today's player. You talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and Yao Ming. I'm not, you arguing points that I didn't make. Cameron, you literally putting arguments out and arguing against yourself because I did not make an argument about Yao Ming or Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi. I didn't make an argument about any of those guys. I said NBA players today, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, can't fuck with them. They sell more shoes than them. They make more endorsements than them. They sell more ads than them. They're in more commercials than them. They're bigger than them. Just because you're from another country don't make you a bigger global icon. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Santos says, I don't see a star when I see Ant or Jamorant. I'm not talking about Ant or Jamorant. Y'all keep arguing points that I did not make. I said Steph Curry, KD, and LeBron are bigger global icons than all of those guys. All these Euros who y'all think are global, like Giannis and Jokic and Luka, those guys are still bigger than them. They can go to more countries with them and they will be bigger than them. If Luka and LeBron both went to China, they're going with LeBron. If KD and Luka and Steph all went to China, they're going with KD and Steph. They're not going with Luka. Maybe Luka is big in Slovenia where there's 3 million people, but let's go to a billion people country like India or goddamn China. KD, Steph, and LeBron gonna be bigger, and that's my point. Let's get back to the topic because y'all fucking me up. Y'all making me going out of the way. Santos says I'm talking about the Anthony Edwards topic. Oh, my bad, my boy. My bad, my boy. My bad, my bad. I want to get back to this topic though. I'm gonna tell y'all what's wrong with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, you're shooting too many threes, man. I get it. You're a good 3-point shooter. The stats say you're a good 3-point shooter. You're shooting 40%. But shooting 12 threes a game is never going to help you and your team. It's not. Let somebody else on the team do that. Let Jaden McDaniels do that. Let Dante DiVincenzo do that. Let Mike Conley do that. Anthony Edwards, you should not be shooting that many threes. I don't care if you're the best 3-point shooter on the team. That's not the point. You should be exerting your will on the game differently than them. If you're not collapsing the paint and using your athleticism, who else is going to do that for your team? Who else is going to do that for your team? In every kitchen in America, the chef is the best cook, but he's not cooking every dish because he knows he can do other things better than his team. If you go to a restaurant, I'm sure most of the managers can cook better than the cookers because most of them are chefs. But are they back there cooking? No, because they know they're more valuable in other places of the restaurant. Anthony Edwards, you're more valuable collapsing the paint, getting other teams in foul trouble because you're being aggressive, attacking the rim, putting pressure, collapsing defenses to make sure your shooters get open looks. But you're not doing that. You want to be a shooter. You want to be the role player. You want to come down and let teams off the hook. You're the most athletic guy in the league, but you're shooting the most threes in the league. You're shooting the same amount of threes as Steph Curry, and you have a 50-inch vertical. You're shooting the same amount of threes as Steph Curry, but you have a 50-inch vertical. You are not supposed to be doing that. I don't care if you're good at it. It makes no sense. You need to be dominating the game in other facets and leave that stuff to everybody else. Like I said, in the restaurant, the manager might be the best cooker in the whole damn restaurant, but he's not cooking the food because he knows somebody else will be better at that, and he's better at doing something else, managing time, leadership, and all this other stuff. Just because I'm the best at something don't mean I'm gonna do it. Maybe the other people in the restaurant, their best attribute is cooking, so I'm gonna let them cook. I'm gonna be being the leader. I think I'm fucking up that analogy. I think I want to say it over. Santos says, I will say Luka and Anthony Edwards saw the Celtics shoot 100 threes a game, and they decided to completely change their game to only mainly shoot threes. Luka doesn't even shoot the fadeaway anymore or post up. Facts. Luka, when he first got into the league, he was dunking shit. He was in the post. He was big body. He was up and under. He was using his body. He was getting to the rim. Luka was doing a lot of that, but these threes are not only bad to watch, it's making all of these players look the same. That's why none of them are unique and none of them can be the face of the league, because all of them are playing the same exact way. The same exact way. All of them are playing the same exact way. That's why none of them can be the face of the league, because they all look the same. You can't be the face of the league if y'all all look the same. Anthony Edwards, I get it. You're a great three-point shooter. The statistics shows that. But you have to affect the game different ways, man. You have to let your teammates do the three-point shooting, and you do the grunt work, the superstar work, the getting people in foul trouble, the mid-range work, to the off-balance, making teams respect your whole team's whole arsenal. You letting too many people off the hook with the way you play, Anthony Edwards. Too many people are getting left off the hook because of that. You need to get back to playing how you was playing like Prime D Wade in the 06 finals, where he was just attacking, free throw. You can't be doing the same thing that your role player teammates are doing, because then it's easy to guard y'all. Just because Cat left, that don't mean you need to shoot all the threes that Cat was shooting. You need to start cutting to the basket more, shooting more mid-range shots, posting up more, getting to the rim more, drawing fouls more. Okay, let me go to the next topic. Said that, did that. Giannis, yeah. All right, let's go to let's talk about young Bronny. Let's talk about young Bronny. Let's talk about young Bronny. Can we talk about young Bronny? First, before we go to this, I blame the analytic nerds. That's who's telling them to shoot threes. Facts. Ant would probably average 30 something if he was Ant would probably average 30 something if he went to the paint more. Facts. LeBron too. They be all chucking threes. No one has a bag. Jamorant be playing like them niggas too. He used to be explosive. Facts. Anthony Edwards doesn't care about wins and losses right now. All he thinks about right now is how that cat gonna feel after the game. Hey man, he a young boy. It is what it is. You can't fault him, man. Let's talk about Bronny though. Why is it not showing? Oh, here we go. There we go. Can we talk about Bronny? Can we talk about Bronny? Is Bronny a superstar? Bronny might be the one. Look at my camera. My camera fucked up. Let me fix my camera. My bad. Ugh. There we go. Hey, Bronny might be a star. I'm telling you, Dale. Adam Silver wants the LeBron and Bronny storyline. It's written. Bronny will hit the game 7 with it. Lakers will be this. Lakers will be the 2025 champions. Hey man, Bronny might be the one. Hey, Bronny might be the one. That boy dropped 38. Is Bronny a superstar? Is Bronny a future star in the NBA? Bronny? Maybe Bronny do have the LeBron James genes. He didn't get the height, but he looked like he got the athleticism. He going to the rim. He finishing layups. He looked like LeBron a little bit. He looked like the snack size LeBron James. No Diddy. Hey, you know you have the king size. You know how you had the king size Snicker bars, and then you have the mini ones that you get on Halloween. Bronny looking like the mini Halloween Snicker bars, man. He scored 38 in the G League. They calling him a G League merchant in the chat. Bad at 2K say G League merchant. That's crazy work. But we can talk. Listen. Bronny hooping. Bronny hooping. Maybe Bronny deserves an apology from everybody. Maybe he deserves an apology from everybody. Let me turn this down. Let me make sure y'all can hear this. Let's go through the highlights. I got YouTube Premium, so I want the best quality. Give me HD. Pause. All right. Bronny, 38 points against the South. Who they play? Santa Cruz Warriors? Santos says, to be fair, 5'8", Isaiah Thomas averages like 38 in the G League. Bronny will be good. Bronny will be a good shooter and pesky defender at best. 78 overall on 2K Max. Bad at 2K says, I'm glad for him. I'm just so sick of how much media coverage he get. Facts. Facts. Santos says the script is already written. Jason Tatum will see that shit fainting right on the Celtics floor. All right, let's look at Bronny highlights. Bronny might be a future star. A future star in the NBA, Bronny James. Can he be the next Steph Curry? Is Bronny James the next Steph Curry? Is Bronny James the next Steph Curry? Is Bronny James the next Steph Curry? He dropped 38 points, 4 threes, 4 assists against the Santa Cruz Warriors. He looked like prime Steph Curry out there, finishing layups, shooting threes, step backs. Let's go through the highlights. Look at him. High left-handed floater off the glass. Look at him. Patience. Nice little floater in the paint. Come on, Bronny. Bronny looking decent out there. I ain't gonna lie. Look at him. Backdoor. He knows basketball. He don't always come to the ball. That's some good IQ right there. To the rim, in your chest. Listen, Bronny got grown man strength. He got that LeBron James grown man strength. He putting body to body, shoulder into chest. In the fast break, to the Baja, Bronny James. Hey, I might owe Bronny an apology, man. I called him Make-A-Wish. He went from Make-A-Wish to Make-A-Way. That could be his rap name, Make-A-Way Bronny. Make-A-Way Bronny. Look at him. He look like Steph Curry. Tell me that's not Steph Curry. Tell me that's not Steph Curry right there you see. Tell me that don't look like Steph Curry.
But he still has some nice downhill.
Come on, man. Bronny's net Steph Curry, facts. Downhill, to the rim. Come on, man. He like a mix between Steph Curry and LeBron James. Bronny like a mix between Steph Curry and LeBron James. You don't see this shit? He going to the rim, body to body, shoulder to shoulder, and he making threes. Y'all got Bronny fucked up. Look at him in the fast break. To the Baja. In one. Tell me that don't look like LeBron James. Miniature form.
Take a look right here.
I seen LeBron do this a lot on the right side, on the left side, right hand. I seen him make a game winner like this in Toronto. You telling me that ain't LeBron James' son?
Bronny, step back three.
You see that step back three?
Yes.
He's a mix between Steph Curry and LeBron James. Tell me this is not a mix between Steph Curry and LeBron James. If you say it's not, you a hater. Look at that, downhill, to the rim. That looks like LeBron James. Stop it, bro. If you're not saying he LeBron James, you a hater. If you don't say this is not LeBron James, you a hater. If you say this is not LeBron James' son, you a hater. You a hater. This looks just like LeBron James going to the rim. Look at this. Steph Curry. He got the Steph Curry pack and the LeBron James pack. Pull back, step back three. Come on, bro. Bronny been in the lab, man. Bronny been in the lab. Behind the screen, three. Tell me that's not Steph Curry. And he got the swag. See how he talking? Bronny talking to niggas too. And he talking to people. Who he talking to in the crowd? It must have been a white girl in the crowd. Y'all know he like white girls. To the rim. And he talking to him. Who are these guys? These guys look trash.
14 of 20.
Come on, man. Y'all got Bronny fucked up. Hold on, hold on. Y'all got Bronny fucked up. Is Bronny the next Steph Curry? Somebody in the chat tell me, is Bronny the next Steph Curry? Tell me this not look like Steph Curry stat lines, bro. Tell me this don't look like a Steph Curry stat line. 39 points, 4 threes, 4 assists. And he did it against the Warriors. $39 points, 4 threes, 4 assists. Tell me this don't look like Steph Curry, prime Steph Curry, 2016. If you say it don't, you a hater. If you say this didn't look like Steph Curry, you a hater. Facts. 39 points. Steph Curry ain't never scored 39 points in a G League game. Steph Curry ain't never scored 39 points in a G League game. He did something Steph Curry never did. 39 points in a G League game. Steph Curry ain't never did that before. So tell me he not like Steph Curry. Cameron Spencer says, I unapologetically root against Bronny because I don't like his father. That's crazy. Or his legion of LeBron worshippers that sniff his draws. I will admit, Bronny has shown he can be quite the bench warmer. He'll never be a key rotation piece. Come on, bro. Bronny can be Bronny could be a good 6-7 man, bro. Come on, don't shit on Bronny. Bronny could be like a Steph Curry or like a CJ McCollum. Undersized 2 guards who can get busy. I don't like LeBron either, Cameron. I'm just here for Luka. Every time you bring up Luka, it's fire Nico time for me. Come on, man. Nico ain't do nothing to you, man. Nah, he plays more like Shaq and Muggsy. Bernie saw the holes in the front row. Maybe. Bad at 2K says, I've never seen Steph score 38 in a game. I think he meant to say, I've never seen Steph Curry score 38 in a G League, so Bernie clearly better. Facts. Bernie definitely better than Steph Curry. Steph Curry ain't never scored 39 points in a G League game. Let me know when Steph Curry do that. Matt McClung averages 30 in a G right now. So, but they see LeBron James' son. It don't matter if Matt McClung averaging 30. Is he LeBron James' son, so he not better. If he not LeBron James' son, he not better. That's facts. DC says 30 minutes on the bench. Oh my God. It looked like a player balling against bums. Cameron, why you hating on Bronny? Bronny will cook you right now, Cameron. Cameron, if you played Bronny right now 1v1, what would the score be? If y'all going to 11, what would the score be? 1s and 2s. You versus Bronny. What would the score be, Cameron? Matt McClung is better than Bronny in my opinion. No, he's not. Matt McClung is not better than Bronny. Bronny actually plays in a real NBA. Matt McClung only plays in the G League. Matt McClung is not better than Bronny. Bronny is the next Steph Curry mixed with LeBron James. Bronny is the next Steph Curry mixed with LeBron James. Nico ruined my morale. Nico ruined the morale of my city. So he did something to me and everybody else here in Dallas. Listen, Nico is like the dad you never wanted. Your mom married this dude and he's your stepdad. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Bronny is the truth, man. But in all honesty, I think Bronny, if I'm being honest though, maybe Bronny deserves a little bit of an apology. Maybe he deserves a little bit of an apology. Because he actually looks like a decent player. I ain't gonna lie. Bro actually looks like a decent player. Bronny actually looks like a decent player. I ain't gonna lie. Bronny looks like a decent player. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe this is the top of the line that I see for Bronny. If I'm being honest, this is the top that I can see for Bronny. I can see Bronny averaging like 11, 12 points, 6-man roll, come in, Jesus. In all honesty though, maybe Bronny deserves an apology from all us. 39 points is not easy to come by, even if it's in a G League. Let's be honest. 39 points is a lot of points. He scored 17 the other night in 30 minutes, 7 for 10. So he proved he can shoot a little bit on the NBA level. And this is the top of the line that I can see for Bronny. This is the top of the line that I can see for Bronny. I think he could be a Gabe Vincent type player. I think he can be a Gabe Vincent type player. You see how Gabe Vincent played in the finals? He made threes. He made stops. He played a point guard a little bit. He's undersized, but he good on defense a little bit because he pesky. He can get up under you. I think he could be that type of player. I see the max him ever averaging is 12 points. He coming into the game. He give you a spark. He plays a little defense, get some steals, get a couple of dunks. He comes off come off screens and shoot threes. If he get in real good conditioning, he can start running around off screens like Steph Curry. As long as his release get a little quicker, I can see Bronny being a quality role player for a team. He could be the same as Gabe Vincent and the JJ Barea. Who else? Seth Curry, JJ Barea, Gabe Vincent, Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers. He could be one of those type players. And that's a decent player. Those players are useful for a lot of teams. DC says, where do you hoop? And what state do you live in? Oh, man. I hooped in Philadelphia, but I live in Florida. Actually, I hooped in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where I hooped at in college. I live in Florida, though. I live in Florida. I can't live in the snow, man. I live in Florida. And I really be hooping. Y'all don't know. I really be hooping. I really be hooping. Hold on. Let me black this out real quick. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. Oh, hold on. I can't get copyrighted. If y'all want to see me hoop, you got to go over here to this page. Dellski be hooping, man. I be hooping. Which one I want to show y'all? I can play in the NBA right now if I wanted to. I'll take Bronny's spot right now if I wanted to. There it is. I'll see this. DC, you only 13. That's why you be talking like that in the chat. That's why you be talking like that in the chat. You talk like a 13-year-old. You don't know yet. I could train you, man. If you was in Florida, I would train you, man. I'll show you how to hoop. This is real hooping right here. See that? That's a Bronny move right there. Three-level scorer, Dellski. Three-level scorer. It's easy for me. That's why I talk the way I talk. If you gave me 3 months, I can play in the NBA right now. If you gave me 3 months to train, I can play in the NBA right now. That's facts. That's facts. If you gave me 3 months, I can play in the NBA right now. That's not hero. That's not hero. That's not what we here to talk about, though. Let's we don't have that many topics left. Santos says, why aren't you trying then? Need you on the Bulls. Hey, listen. If I change this whole channel to me, let me ask y'all a question. If I change this whole channel, you know what, let me ask a question. And I'm gonna put this on my YouTube. If I change this whole channel to me trying to go on a journey to get to the NBA, would y'all still watch my channel? Or if I change the whole thing and be like day one of training to go to the NBA? Because you know all the tryouts be in like October, November. What if I change the whole channel to road to the NBA? And I stopped talking about basketball. Cameron Spencer says no. Hey Cameron, listen. Hey Cameron, listen. I can help your Mavericks out, bro. I can help replace Luka. I'm 6'8", bro. Cameron, I'm 6'8", bro. I just started playing basketball late. I started playing basketball when I got to the 12th grade. I was a football player. Santos says, I think you'll get more followers, to be honest. People would watch that more than just a podcast debate. Cameron says, no. Santos says, as long as the editing is good, I think bro would be happy to be any NBA team he gets the opportunity. Facts. Do you have real friends around? Cameron says, do you have real friends around you? Bro, I have all the friends I need. DC says, yeah, hell yeah, I would watch that. Bad at 2K says, I'll support whatever you want to do. See, I appreciate y'all, man. Cameron trying to keep me grounded, and I appreciate you, Cameron. You trying to look out for me. But I'll let you, but I can tell you this. Listen, all y'all in the chat right now, like the video, please. Like the video. And I want to get a shout out to somebody too. I don't know if y'all can see this. Hold on, how does this look on my Shout out to my boy Kush Mayhem. Shout out to my boy Kush Mayhem for subscribing. He's my first ever member to my channel. He's part of the delegation. He's the only, for sure, he's the only verified part of this. He's the only one verified in the chat. He subscribed to the delegation. $2.99 per month tier. First ever member. Shout out to my boy Kush Mayhem. I appreciate you, my boy. I definitely appreciate you. More to come. More to come. Okay, back to the solo. Santos says, get in the gym. Jordan Lawley. I used to train him back in the day when I was in high school. He's an NBA trainer. He's out there in Irvine, California. Dellski. Going to be able to go toe-to-toe with LeBron himself. Listen, man, I probably can guard LeBron. I know all his moves. He go left, he like to shoot. He go right, he going to the rim. I tell people, F their dreams. Don't dream big, really. What? Cameron Spencer says, I tell people F their dreams. Don't dream big, dream realistically. Nothing wrong with demotivation. You're the right height and size. You actually could do it if you grind for real. Bro, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I ain't never got no regrets. I went to college playing basketball. I did a lot of dumb shit. I was not taking that shit seriously whatsoever at all. Zero. No regrets. I know I'm where I'm at because of decisions I made. So I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm gonna let you know something right now. You give me 3 months, I can play on any basketball court in the world. I don't care if it's FIBA. I don't care if it's Olympics. I don't care if it's NBA. I don't care if it's Eurobasket. I don't care if it's anywhere I could play. And that's a fact. That's just a fact. First of all, I'm 6'8". I can play 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I can play on all 3 levels. So that's easy. If I change this whole channel right now to Road to NBA and I start editing and doing all the other shit, I could make it to the NBA. I'm pretty sure. It's more about the discipline and more about the, the motivation to do that. I know y'all remember Jonathan Simmons. He was 27. He went to a G League tryout and he ended up on the Spurs. Y'all probably don't remember that. Y'all don't really be watching NBA like that. Santos says, you got the right height. You actually could do it if you start grinding. Facts. Bro, how old are you? Y'all in the chat, y'all sound like grown-ass adults. I'm 27, bro. Well, 28. You literally have to lie. You literally have to live on the court 3 times a day. You got to be getting up shots, cardio, doing something with the ball in your hands since you started late. It will not be easy. Santos, it would be easy. Santos, it would be easy. Because all you had to do is be a role player. Let me tell you how easy it would be. It would be easy for me because I would know what I'm doing. I understand the days NBA. If you don't come into the NBA at 19, 18, 19 and ready to be a star, everybody else is a role player. So only thing I would have to do is get into elite cardio, get my elite conditioning, and shoot a lot of threes and do defensive slides. Because all I would be asked to do is play 3 and D. If anybody wanted to go to the NBA starting late and they have the right size, all you would have to do is get into elite conditioning, shoot a lot of threes, and do some defensive slides. That's it. Because if you go into the NBA late, you're not going to be no star. You're not going to handle the ball. You're going to be sitting in the corner. That's it. That's it. If you're not coming out of the league, if you're not coming into the league 18 like Cooper Flag, ain't nobody going to give you even the opportunity to be a star. You're going to be sitting in the corner shooting threes and playing defense. That's it. As long as you have the confidence, you can play on any other team is where you're like. Santos says he's 24. 24 is still young, my boy. I'm that honest friend that will tell you you ain't shit and will never be shit. People need brutally honest people around them to keep them grounded. Hey, Cameron, how you the honest friend and you don't even know me? You can't be the honest friend if you don't know somebody. How you be the honest friend, Cameron, if you don't even know somebody? You have to actually know somebody to tell them that. What the hell? Cameron, you have to actually know somebody to be able to tell them that. Santos says, nah, Cam is bitter, laughing my ass off. I bring my friends up, I don't knock them down. Bad at 2K, listen, some people see things differently. And I respect all opinions. Y'all got anything else y'all want me to talk about before we get up out of here? That's 2 solid hours for your head top. That's 2 solid hours for your head top.
How concerning are the back?
If your friend is 5'7", 300 pounds saying he's about to be in the NBA, then I can see why you need to be brutally honest. Exactly, Santos. It's all perspective. If somebody 5'8", 700 pounds and they talk about an NBA, that's different. That's different. That's a fact. You making sense, Santos. Sometimes you make sense, Santos. I have friends who used to trash talk and give me or my friends as motivation. Santos says you need commitment and dedication. That's all it really be for real. Talk about that Doc Rivers. You went off on Giannis and gave him a pass. Doc Rivers is hot. Man, Doc Rivers is... Let's talk about Doc Rivers. That's a good one. Let's talk about Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers says he doesn't get enough credit for winning 3 games in the playoff series where he blew 3-1 leads. No one tells the real story, and I'm fine with it. It's unfair in some ways. I don't get credit for getting 3 wins. I get credit for losing. I always say, what if we would have lost to Houston in 6? No one cares. One of the things I'm most proud of is we've never been swept. All the coaches have been swept in the playoffs. My teams achieve. A lot of them overachieve, and I'm proud of that. Doc Rivers is one of the clownest coaches in the NBA. Doc Rivers is one of the clownest coaches in the NBA. What coach comes up to the podium and says, at least I never been swept before? What the fuck? What does that have to do with anything we're talking about? You was up 3-1. Doc Rivers, knock knock. I don't know who, if anyone had to tell you, you was up 3-1. We don't give a fuck about you never been swept before. If you up 3-1 and you let a team walk you down 3 straight games, I don't want to hear anything. You didn't make no. Oh, I thought Batter 2K says I thought that was Centel. No, it's not. I had to double check. It's not Centel. It's not Centel. But Doc Rivers, you up 3-1. We don't want to hear about you never been swept before. We don't give a fuck. We want to talk about you having all these great teams with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden and all these great players, and you getting walked down 3 straight games if you up 3-1. If you up 3-1, that means most of the times you had 2 more games on your home court and lost, which is terrible. That means you as a coach cannot make adjustments. Doc Rivers, losing a 3-1 lead means you as a coach cannot make adjustments. That means you had 3 games in a row to win 1. You had 3 games in a row to make 3 different adjustments, and you couldn't make it at all. You couldn't slow it down. You couldn't speed it up. You couldn't press. You couldn't back off. You couldn't pack the paint. You couldn't spread the ball. You couldn't play free flow. You could have played in the post. You could have doubled. You could have showed. You could have hedged. You could have did something different. And it'll be okay. And Doc, listen, it would be okay if you lost 1 3-1 lead like Steve Kerr or KD and them did. Steph Curry, he lost 1 3-1 lead. KD, he lost 1 3-1 lead. But you lost 3? You lost 3 3-1 leagues. And you expect people to be like, at least he didn't get swept. What? At least you didn't get swept. At the point where you up 3-1, now you're the overdog. We don't want to hear nothing about at least you didn't get swept. Because that's not the point. It's never been the point. The point is you have a great team that got up 3-1. You got to finish the deal some way, somehow. Unless somebody get hurt, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. And that's why Giannis, this is your coach. This is the guy that you had, what's his name, get fired for, who was winning 80% of his games. You got him fired for Doc Rivers. A coach who gonna always pass the buck, ain't never gonna take responsibility. All you had to say in this interview was, I was the coach, I didn't make the adjustments, it's all on me. It's in the past now, you can't change it. The best thing you can do is just take the credit for it or take the blame for it. That'll make you be more endearing to your players than, at least we didn't get swept. What? If my coach said that, I'll be on the first thing leaving, man. If I'm a player on this team, I'll be on the first thing leaving. What? At least we didn't get swept? I don't want to hear that when we up 3-1. I want to hear my coach says it was my fault, I didn't make the adjustments. I don't want to hear these type of excuses. These are the worst type of excuses right here. You really on here talking about at least I didn't get swept? It's crazy. At least I didn't get swept is crazy. Doc Rivers is like the Mike McCarthy of the NBA. You might be right. They won 1 championship with 1 great team. Aaron Rodgers, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rondo, Aaron Rodgers, Clay Matthews, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, all those great players. You won 1 championship with great teams, and then ever since then, Mike McCarthy, you've been with the Cowboys, you ain't win shit. Doc Rivers, you've been with the Clippers. You've been with the 76ers. You ain't winning shit. You might be right. You might be on to something. Santos, you might be on with something. You be smart sometimes. Sometimes. I ain't going to give you all the time. Sometimes you be smart, Santos. That's like saying he's... DC says that's like saying he's his guys. Oh, no. That's like saying, hey, guys, we only lost one... we only lost by 1 point in the finals, but it's okay. I coach good. Facts. Players don't want to hear that because, you know, the players, they going to get all of the blame. It ain't going to be no half-stepping with the blame when it comes to players. So they don't want to hear no coach talking about at least we didn't get swept. Doc Rivers, this is why you never be achieving shit. Outside of one fluky year where you had crazy talent. And even with that team, you was going to game sevens. The first round you went to game 7 with that Boston Celtics team that won the championship. It's incredible. Like, Doc, like, if your talent is not overwhelming to override your coaching, it's ass. For real, for real. Players want to hear the coach take accountability, and players will have to do the same thing. Exactly. I never liked Doc Rivers as a coach, to be honest. Only reason I ever liked the Celtics because they had Rondo. Rondo was my favorite player at one time. There was some more shit I wanted to talk about. Brandon Jennings, Steph, Heat Warriors. The Miami Heat. Cameron Spencer says Doc Rivers is horrible on commentary too. Don't forget he refused to trade for PG because he didn't want to trade Austin Rivers. Doc sucks at everything he does. Doc, first of all, I don't know why he was on the broadcast. He barely could talk correctly. He barely could talk without getting scruffy voice. So I don't get that. But the Miami Heat play the Warriors tonight. What will Jimmy do? There's no way the Warriors lose this game, right? Oh, shit. Hey, I gotta go, y'all boys. We had a nice little stream. Over 2 hours long. We had a nice stream. Over 2 hours long. But I got something I gotta get to. Thank you to everybody who popped up in the stream. Thank you to everybody who popped up in the stream. DC, Bad at 2K, Cameron, Santos. Who else popped up? Y'all was the main culprits. Appreciate y'all. Ponder a look at one of the joining the delegation. The highest tier you get to be added to the stream if you wanted to. You know, to debate any topic you want to debate on. Take a look at the subscriptions. I appreciate everybody who joined the stream. Like, comment, subscribe on the way out. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.